Namaste, Pranam, Gita Dhyanam. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatvam Bhagavad Gite Bhavatveshinim. O Bhagavad Gita, with which Lord Narayana himself gave enlightenment to Arjuna, the ancient sage Vyasa included it in the Mahabharata. O Goddess, showerer of the nectar-like knowledge of non-dualism contained in your 18 chapters. O my affectionate mother, the destroyer of rebirth, I meditate upon thee. Krishna Vandana. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansa Chanura Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Son of Vasudeva, the slayer of Kansa and Chanur, extreme delight for Mother Devaki, O Lord Krishna, the supreme teacher of the universe, my salutations to you. Today, Sri Krishna is going to tell us about the supremacy of knowledge in this 34th Shloka, 34th verse of the Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yoga of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the 4th Adhyay. In our previous reading, Sri Krishna told us that how, in the 33rd verse, that how the knowledge sacrifice is far superior than sacrificing the material wealth, than the wealth sacrifice. And Sarva Karma Khilam Partha, he is telling Arjuna, he is telling Partha that all the activities, all the duties, all the work, all the karma that a man does, a person does in his lifetime, it all gets culminated finally into the jnana. It gets jnane parisamapyate. Sarva karma akhilam. Jnane parisamapyate, O Partha. That the culmination of all the work that we do ultimately is in the knowledge. Now, knowledge is the supreme most thing. One should get this knowledge. One should start working having gained this knowledge. That let us start doing the work. The work done after the removing the I consciousness, after getting rid of the I consciousness, after getting rid of the attitude of I am the doer, when that work is done, when one gets this knowledge, then all the work that a person does, it gets added up to this ultimate knowledge. So knowledge is the supreme most, which can also be achieved through selfless karma. And which are the other ways? Can this knowledge be had through some other ways also? Now that path also Sri Krishna is going to tell us in this 34th shloka. Tadvidhi praṇipātena paripraśhnena sevayā upadekṣhyanti te jñānaṁ jñāninas tattva-darśhinaḥ. Sri Krishna is now giving us another, great teaching, how this kind of knowledge can be attained through an enlightened person, an enlightened guru, an enlightened soul, who himself is liberated. And that person can teach us this knowledge. Like Sri Krishna is teaching this knowledge to Arjuna and to all of us. But there is certain prerequisite that is to be done by the disciple, by the shishya. And what is that prerequisite? What is the preliminary thing that the shishya has to do? Tat viddhi praṇipātena. You can know that. Tat, that. Viddhi, no. You can know that. By doing what? By praṇipātena, by long prostration. Offering salutations to that Guru, to that enlightened soul, lay prostrate on the ground, do the Sashtanga Namaskar with all reverence, not just a formality of laying down flat on the ground and, oh, I'm making pranams to you. Not that. With full reverence, with full devotion, with full faith, praṇipātena, prostrating, long prostration, paripraśhnena, by questioning, by constant questioning the Guru, clear your doubts. Unless you don't leave the Guru unless your doubts are cleared. So, one way is, of course, prostration. Second is paripraśhnena, by constant questioning. Ask if you are not clear on something that the Guru has told. Ask questions, clarify all the doubts. And third thing required, sevayā, the most humble, most obedient service to the Guru. These three things, they are required reverentially. Paying obeisance, paying salutations, then asking questions. A good guru will never get angry if a disciple starts asking questions to clear the doubts. So ask questions. And third is service to the Guru. That is the ultimate form of service. That is what all these three things, they will help a disciple, they will help a shishya to get rid of the ego, to get rid of that I consciousness and perceive the other being as the highest form of the Lord. So, tat viddhi praṇipātena paripraśhnena sevayā. These three are the things through which upadekṣhyanti te jñānaṁ. Upadekṣhyanti will instruct you, will teach you, will guide you through all the advice, through all the teachings. Te jñānaṁ, that knowledge you will be getting it in the form of advice, in the form of teachings. Jñāninas tattva-darśhinaḥ. Jñāninas is from the wise. And tattva-darśhinaḥ, those enlightened souls who have realized the truth, the seers, in the real sense. Those we have realized the ultimate truth, they will bless you with that knowledge. If you go to them with the attitude of reverence, if you go to them with the attitude of offering salutations, asking questions, don't hesitate in your mind to ask questions, and service. Be humble, be an obedient child of the Guru, and the upadekṣhyanti te jñānaṁ, they will give you that knowledge. And who are they? Jñāninas tattva-darśhinaḥ. All those knowledgeable people, all those people, tattva-darśhinaḥ, who have realized the ultimate truth, who have seen, who have understood, who have gained a first-hand experience of that Satchidananda Brahma. Seek that enlightenment by prostrating, by questioning, and by service. The wise, the seers into the truth will instruct you in that knowledge. So that is what Sri Krishna tells Arjuna, that is also another way of gaining the knowledge and then getting into the mire of activities in this world. But first gain the knowledge. First know that you are not the doer. First get this knowledge of you are just an instrument. And that needs a great amount of sadhana, a great amount of austerity, a great amount of tapasya. I consciousness cannot be lost just like that. I say I don't have I consciousness and the I consciousness has gone. It doesn't happen that way. It needs the blessings of the one who is enlightened, who has himself, he has gone above the I consciousness. And the way to approach that Guru, that enlightened one, that enlightened seer is prostration, asking questions, and serving those great souls. The disciple prostrates before the master as a mark of making himself over to the other. It is all, again, it is a sacrifice. Again, it is another form of yajna, of handing over myself in the hands of my Guru. I am giving up everything in the hands of my Guru to gain that ultimate knowledge. The disciple prostrates before the master as a mark of making himself to the other. He adds to his attainments by raising submissive questions pertaining to the real and the unreal, pertaining to bondage and freedom, and he gains knowledge. Whatever doubts he has in mind on these two topics, what is real, what is unreal, what is satya, what is mithya, what is bondage, what is bandhan, what is liberation, what is mukti. Ask any amount of questions to your Guru. Through a reverent personal service, he offers himself as oblation in the sacrificial fire of the personality of the master. Now, again, serving the master, that is also a sacrifice, that is also a type of yajna. That the student offers himself or herself at the feet of the Lord in serving the master. And the body, speech, and mind of the disciple in this way are dedicated to the bestower of the knowledge, to the showerer of that nectar like knowledge. So that is how a disciple uh, undertakes the attitude of true surrender, of totally being subservient, totally being dedicated and sacrificed at the lotus feet of the Guru. The master in his turn is all mercy to the disciple, is all mercy. He will give any amount of knowledge to the capability of the devotee, of the disciple. He has no motive other than propagation of spirituality. The master is the Guru is so selfless. He doesn't have a tinge of selfishness in spreading that knowledge. The Guru will only want the disciple to progress on the spiritual path. As a burning lamp lights another, an enlightened soul alone can carry light to another competent inquirer. The inquirer has to be competent, that is true. There has to be substance in the inquirer. If there is no substance in the inquirer, any amount of teaching, any amount of compassion on the part of the Guru is not going to help the student at all. So, the competency of the student also has to be there. The student has to take one step forward. The Guru will take 10 steps towards the disciple. And that's how the relationship between a Guru and the disciple, it takes shape. Now, on this particular verse, I'm remembered of regarding the competency of the student. Sri Ramakrishna used to tell one story to his disciples that a person should be competent, a person should have substance in him to arise, awake to the call of the Lord. Now, he used to give that example that in the villages, people go to buy bullock. The bulls, the ox. Now, they have their own way of making out whether that bull has some stuff or is just a lethargic, a jad. They will touch the base of the tail of that bull. Now, the bull who has got stuff inside, the moment that base of tail is touched, he will just jump. He will just who is that kind of? And that bull will have substance. If you yoke that bull to the plow, that bull will work wonderfully well. But there are some bulls, you touch their tails at the base of the tail, they will not react at all. There is no substance in them. So Sri Ramakrishna says, be like that bull. Have some substance in you, and then you will reach the ultimate goal. So that is also a requirement on the part of the disciple, that the disciple should be competent enough to gain that knowledge from the Guru. Now, what Sri Ramakrishna teaching, going in line with Sri Krishna's teaching in this 34th shlok. Let us read that. Sri Ramakrishna says, of what avail are prayer and devotion to an aspirant who views his master as a mere human being? If the aspirant, spiritual aspirant, doesn't have that reverence, that highest form of regard for the Guru, the aspirant doesn't place, the disciple doesn't place Guru in the pedestal of the Lord himself, there is no point. The disciple ought not to hold the master as a man. He should think about the master, he should think about the Guru as nothing but the God. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara. Before getting the vision of deity, the novice sees the form of the Guru as the preliminary. Before getting the ultimate vision of the chosen deity, first the disciple sees Guru in the place of the chosen deity, and then comes the chosen deity. This form metamorphoses into the deity. The disciple thereby understands that God and Guru are one and the same. The master awakens a spiritual consciousness in him. More than that, he leads the initiated into Brahman itself. And further, Sri Ramakrishna says, if the aspirant is earnest about spiritual enlightenment, the Lord sees to it that he comes in contact with an enlightened one. Seek and the light is sent to you. The moment a disciple reaches that level of competency, he becomes competent to receive that knowledge. Even if he may not have any Guru, he may not be able to search for a good Guru, the Lord will send the Guru to him. He need not do anything. He need not do any efforts of searching for the Guru here and there, going to the website and who is the best Guru. Need not do it. The Guru himself or herself will come to the disciple, unknown to him, and bless him with the knowledge. And coming to this relationship of a Guru and the disciple, I'm reminded of one Shloka of Kabir. Kabir, in one of his dohas, he has said, Guru Gobind dou khade kaake lagu paye. Guru Balihari apno Gobindu diyo milai. Now, the Guru, Kabir had this dilemma that who is greater? Guru is greater or Govind is greater? The Lord is greater. And then he had the realization. He got the answer that Guru Balihari apno. My Guru is the best. Why? Because it is the Guru who has made me realize the Govind, my ultimate chosen deity. If Guru was not there, I would not have known Govinda. I would not have known the Lord as such. I would not have known my chosen deity. So, ultimately it is all Guru. And Sri Krishna in this 34th shlok says, approach the Guru with full reverence, prostrate before him, ask questions about the real and the unreal, ask questions about the bondage and liberation of the Maya and the Mukti, of the Maya and the Moksha, of the Bandhan and the Moksha, and serve him with an attitude of humble servant. So that is the way of getting a knowledge, and then having got the knowledge, just start doing the work. No work is going to get you attached to it. You are not going to get attached to the fruits of the work even. And that will be a real karma yoga which is performed through jnana. So that is the jnana karma sannyasa yoga 34th shlok that we have read today. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Sri Krishna Arpanamastu. Jai Sri Ramakrishna. Jai Thakur. Jai Maha. Jai Swamiji.